What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be building an entire AI chatbot for fashion brands. So if that's something you like, consider hitting the subscribe button, because this is something I do and will be doing oftenly from now on. So here's a demo. So click start conversation, then I'll get right into it. So good day, I'm Zawadi. I'm here to assist you in finding the perfect outfit or tracking your order. What can I help you with today? So let's say I'm looking for, say I'm going to party tomorrow. I don't party, but yeah. Is it for a man? Yes. What do you have for me? So now it skims through the database of the stock inventory, finds items that meet the criteria, then sends them back. So you can see them there. Some nice blue jeans. I can actually see myself wearing that. So what about some nice navy blue shirts? What do you have for me? Skims through the database of stock, finds items that meet the criteria, sends them back. And you can see them there. You can scroll just to show you. Some nice shirts. Some nice shirts, actually. So, what about some nice official shoes to seal the outfit off? I've misspelled nice, but it's AI. It can be able to navigate its way around things. So it gets some nice official shoes, sends them back. Okay? So, and you can see them there. So let's assume I'd already ordered some items and I want to track my order. Let me ask it. I'd ordered some items. Where have they reached? So it will ask for order number. My order number is order 102. Okay. So it checks to say order 102, which items had they ordered and what's the status of the order. So you say these are the items I had ordered. Okay. Then it's like, Mutiso Mwadheme, your order for the above items has been shipped and is on the way to your location. Kindly await its arrival. Thank you. Is there anything else I can help you with? Let's say yes. So let's say I want you to recommend me one final thing. Do you have any proper green shorts for the weekends? If I can actually type shorts well. What do you have for me? What do you have for me? Skims through the database, finds this. Yeah, some nice casual shorts. Proper in it. So, and you can continue asking it and it will help you out. So, how do you build this for yourself? So, the platform we are using to build this is VoiceFlow. So just visit voiceflow.com and click get started. So if you don't have an account on VoiceFlow, click get started. Then you create your own account. Just fill in the details, your email, your name, and all those nice things. And yeah, but since I already have an account, I'll just log in. So once you've logged in, you'll reach, this is your dashboard. Then you want to click new agent. Okay. So an agent is just a chatbot, just a fancy word for it. My agent name, I'll call it fashion e-commerce bot. Okay. The modality is chat. So it can be either be chat or voice, but we want chat. The language, let's speak English. Okay. Then click continue. Then click create agent. So you'll arrive at this. This is the interface you'll be using to build your chatbots. So we want to delete all this default template stuff. So click shift, then drag and select all that, then click delete, then zoom in to that. So we first want to send a message to the user. So you'll click that and go to the text step, click on that. Then let's say, hi, I'm Zawadi and I can help you in recommending outfits as well as track your order. How can I help you today? Okay, so you want to hover over that and generate 3 variations of this statement. Okay, so you don't want to send the same message every single time. Hello, my name is Zawadi and I'm here to assist you with outfit recommendations and order tracking. Hey there, I'm Zawadi and I'm available to help with outfit recommendations and order tracking. Greetings, I'm Zawadi and I'm capable of outfit recommendations and order tracking assistance. I think all these statements are okay. So press Control Enter to save all of them. Then we move to the next step. Okay. So when the user sends a response, so let's say they say, I want to track my order. We want the AI chatbot to be able to tell the specific intention in their statement. Okay. So how we do that is drag this. And what we want is to create an intent classifier to be able to classify and get the user's intent. So you use that through a choice step. So click choice, then click on select intent, then create a new intent. Okay, so this first intention can be product recommendation. So this intent is triggered when the user wants a product recommendation. Okay, so this is just a description. It doesn't matter what you put in here, it's just a description of the intent. Then what you want to do is to give the chatbot examples of, if the user says this statement, that means they want to track their order. If they say something like, I want to track my order, they want to track their order. If they say, I'm looking for some green shorts, that means they want to be recommended some product. So give it a couple of examples. So let's say I'm looking for nice blue jeans. What sweaters do you have in stock? Do you have some nice official shoes? Just put that well. And the more utterances you add here or examples, you'll notice this bar increasing. So now it's at red, means that I haven't provided enough examples for the AI to be able to tell the specific intention in the user's response. So give it as many examples as possible. Let's say, do you have any black jeans? Suggest me some nice yellow t-shirts. What? I think that's enough. So we have these responses and we want to have the AI give us 10 other sample phrases. So just hover over that button and click generate 10 samples. Then verify if those are correct. Can you recommend some high-waisted shorts? I'm interested in finding a good quality white blouse. Do you carry any leather jackets? What summer dresses do you have? I think these are okay. So if you're okay with all those utterances, you can notice over here the bar is green and it's already filled up to the brim. So that means the AI is confident. So we can click create intent. Okay. Then what other intent can we extract from the user? So click add choice and we want to create another intention. So click that, create a new intent. This is for tracking order, so track order. And this intent is triggered when the user wants to track their order. Okay? Then give it some examples of, if the user says this, we'll know that they want to track the order. So I want to track my order. I had ordered some items. Where have they reached? Where is my order? My order has taken long. Where is it? Can you track my order for me? Where is my shipment? Okay, so I think this are good enough. Now we have the AI generate 10 other samples. Then verify if they're okay. I need to track my shipment. Could you help me locate my order? I'm trying to find out where my package is. Can you check the status of my order? Where can I track my shipment? My order seems to be so I think those are okay. And you can notice the bar is fully green and it's filled to the brim. So click create intent. Then also, if the user sends a response and it's not looking, they're not looking to track their order or be recommended for products, it means the AI will have no match. So click no match, then click add a path for that. We'll have a path for when the AI doesn't get an intention from the user's response. So let's first start by the simple functionality of tracking the order. Okay. So first we want to check if the user actually mentioned the order number in the response. So how we do that is using an AI step of set AI. Okay, and the name of this block, it's good to be naming your blocks. So checks to see if order number was provided. Okay, and the name of this block, it's an intent classifier. Okay, so in this step, okay, so you give the AI a prompt. Okay, so I'll copy and paste it here. So I'll paste it there. So here's what we ask. Here's the user's input. Okay, so let me just show you how we put that there. Curly brackets, that's to be able to input variables. So the variable we want is the last response the user gave, and that's normally saved by default in the last utterance variable. Okay, so click on that. You are to determine whether they've stated their order number. The order number is a number that has no text. For example, 101, 102, 103. You have to return the order number and the order number only. For example, 101, 104. If the user's input does not contain the order number, return the word none. Okay. Then, whatever the AI extracts, we want to save it into a variable. Create new variable. Let's call it order number. Okay. Then you can give it a description, but it doesn't have to. Then click prompt settings. Prompt settings, and here's where you give the AI system a prompt. So the system prompt is giving the AI instructions of how it should behave and how it should function. Okay. So I'll copy and paste it here. So paste it there. So here's the prompt. You're a member of our customer support team. You're an expert at analyzing the user's input and determining whether they've stated their order number. If the user stated the order number, you're clever enough to just extract the order number they've entered and not the entire text. If the user has not stated the order number, you're clever enough to tell that that no order number has been given and to therefore return the word none. For example, so this is a trick I'm giving you. It's good to be giving the AI examples. The more examples you give, the better it knows how to behave and do the right thing. So for example, if the user says, I want to track my order, the assistant returns the word none. If the user says, kindly track me order number 101, the assistant, which is the AI, extracts 101. And also, it's critical, do not return any code, just return the order number or the word none if no order number was given. So this is just like when you prompt the AI and you test it out, actually run the AI and see how it functions, you'll notice sometimes it gets something wrong here or gets something wrong over there. You give it, you want to tweak the prompt to include the details that you want it to work on. So I noticed when I was running the bot, it was returning some code that I didn't like, so I gave it specific instructions here. Okay, so that's it. And here you can pick the model that you want to work with. Normally, just working with 3.5 turbo is good enough and it's cheap enough, but you can play around with this other models. Okay, and the model determines also the pricing of the AI. And the good thing with VoiceFlow, you get some free tokens you can work with every month. Also, the temperature over here, just leave it at default. And what temperature is how creative do you want the AI to be? In some cases where you're building the chatbot, you might want the AI to use its creativity to give back the user a response, or to give back extract specific information using its creativity. For that, you'll increase the temperature to its maximum 1. That's when it's very creative. But in some cases, you don't want the AI to be creative. You want it to follow, like, let's say, information or data that you've provided in the knowledge base. And therefore, you don't want it to be much creative. So you have the temperature at 0. But for us, we're okay with leaving it at 0.7. That's okay. Okay. And also, max tokens determines how many. Okay, AI works with tokens. When the user asks a question, it takes that specific question. The question has a number of words in there. So let's say 4 letters can be 1 token. So the bigger the user's question, the more tokens are being consumed. So when the question is sent over, the AI will check the database, the data it's been provided, extract relevant information that is relevant to the user's query, sends that to the AI, so the user's question plus the data, now for the AI to give back an output, a response. So the response from the AI also includes a number of words. So the bigger the response, the more tokens are being consumed. The smaller the response, the less tokens. So you can be able to limit the amount of tokens the AI uses. The more tokens, the more the price, the more the cost that you're going to incur at the end. So leave it at default for now. Okay? So next we go to the next step, which is an if statement to check if the order number was provided. So logic, then you go to if condition. Let's call this block checks if order number provided. So the condition, so click add a condition. Variable, check the specific variable, scroll down, order number, if it's none. Okay, so if it's none, do something. If it's not none, it means the actual order number was provided. So we add a no match step, click add a path for that. Okay, then exit. Okay, so if the order number is none, it means the order number wasn't provided. So we want to tell the user, please provide the order number. Okay, so add a text step there, then say kindly provide your order number. Okay, if I can actually type that. Then generate 3 variations for that. Please give your order number. Could you provide your order number? We need your order number. I think I'm not okay with the last one. Remove that. Then control enter to save that. Okay, then we await for the user to send a response. So just go over here, listen for the user's response. So we use a captcha block, insert it there. Okay, then what we want to do is when the user says my order number is 101, we just want the AI to extract 101. So how we're able to do that is something called entities. Okay, so click on here, then we want to create new entity. And what an entity is for example, if we want to extract the user's email from their response. So let's say they have said something like my email is mutiso@gmail.com. The email isn't that entire statement. We just want mutiso@gmail.com. So we can be able to, let's say the name of the entity is email, the data type is email, okay? And the AI will be clever enough to just extract mutiso@gmail.com. If we want the phone number, we'll say something like phone, that's the name of the entity. Then the data type is phone number. And it will be clever enough just to extract 0759, whatever. So, but in our case, the order number is something like 101. So let's call our entity order number. The data type is just a number, okay? Then click create entity, okay? So if the user says something like my order number is, and just stops at that, they haven't provided the order number. So we need a step for there's no match. So click no match and add a path for that. Then exit there. So if there's no match, means they haven't provided an order number or the correct order number. So we ask them again. Kindly provide the correct order number. Okay. Can generate one variation for that. Please provide the correct order number. Control enter to save that. Then we go back to listen for what the user responds. So we can take it back to that step. So, but if they have provided the order number, we want to save that order number to a variable. So scroll to actions. We want to set a variable. So add set. So we want to apply it to a specific variable, which is called order number, okay? Then the value, curly braces, then pick the specific entity we had created, order number. That's okay. Then after saving that variable, we want to send an API call to the database to get the order details for that specific order. So from there, let me just move this out the way. We want to drag this and make an API call. So that's in the dev, then API. Okay. So the database we are using is Airtable. And I'd like to show you how the database is structured, okay? So we have some two tables here that we use in the chatbot. One of the tables is containing all the products with their relevant details. So for example, the ID, the gender of that product, master category, it's an apparel. It can either be apparel, footwear, or the rest. The subcategory, the article type, you see, all that, the base color, you see, the year, the usage, okay, the product name, the image, which is the URL to the image, the price, which is that, and yeah, and also we have a table for the orders, okay, that will come in handy. I'll show you. So what we want to do is click on the profile over here. We want to go to developer hub, okay. Good thing with Airtable is its documentation is pretty awesome, so it's pretty easy to be able to work with them. So first, to be able to access the database from outside, from VoiceFlow, you need to create an access token, okay? So click create new token, okay? Give it a name, so let's say fashion e-commerce token. Then what you want to do is just click add a scope and add all these scopes, okay? Scope is the kind of functionalities that this specific token gives access to, okay? So we want it to be able to record data into the database. We want it to be able to retrieve specific information. So add all of this, okay? Okay, so once you've added all that, we want to give access to a specific database, okay? So click add a base. That's a database we want to access with this specific token. Then click create token. I already have a token in place, so I don't need that, but just to show you, it will show you your token has been created. So you copy that, okay, then save it somewhere, and you'll use it when sending the API requests. So now next you want to click developer docs over here. Then you want to access the API of Airtable. So you pick the specific database you want to access. And what do you want to do is to access the orders table. Click on that. So you want to get specific records. So what we want to do is copy this URL over here as is, copy it, go back to your API step, then paste that there, okay? Also, you want to add this at the end of it, and filter by formula, where the formula is, so this is an Airtable formula, and this is how an Airtable formula looks, okay? And where the order ID is the order number that the AI extracted, or the order number the user provided, okay? So and this is just simple way of adding a variable is just curly braces, then you pick that specific variable, okay? Then in the headers of the API call, it's called authorization, bearer, then you paste in the specific token that you had copied, okay? So I already have it, so I'll paste it. So this is the access token, and the type of the access token is bearer, okay? Then we want to capture the response that the AI sends back, okay? But we're able to first test it, okay? So let's first try it out, okay? So let's say the order number is 102. Generate. So it will send an API call, send back the following details. And this is a specific order. You can see here in the fields. So this is the relevant information. The order ID is 102. The customer name is that. The specific products they have is that. And the status is that. So we want to access just this specific dictionary over here. So what we'll do is, and save it as order details. So we'll do response dot records, okay, to access that specific dictionary. Then once we get that, we want to save it to a variable, create new variable, let's call it order details, okay? Create that. Yeah, then we move on. So next we want to restructure the details that have been sent back by the API call. So we'll have a JavaScript step over here. So that's in dev JavaScript, and I'll paste in the code here, okay? So what this is, it's a function to restructure the specific JSON response that's been sent back by the API call. So we want to save it to extract the order status, which is in that specific response in the fields key name, then the status, okay? So you don't need to know all these nitty-gritties of this code, but I'll provide it in the template once you access it, okay? So what we want to do is create these variables order status, and how we create the variable, exit that, click back, variables, create new variable, the name is order status, create the variable, okay? We go back. The other variable we wanted to create is the customer's name. Order customer name, create variable. So you want to ensure every single variable you use in the JavaScript step has been created in your voice flow variables place, okay? Then the other variable is the actual products that the order has. Create variable. Is there another one? Yeah, that's it. So let me just take you through the code. So here it extracts the order status. Here it accesses the first record, then the fields, the specific field called customer name, then saves that to the variable order customer name. Then here we want to get the specific product IDs. So the product IDs are saved as a string. So what we want to do is split that string by the comma, then save it to the variable IDs array, then loop through those IDs and push, leap through these IDs that are in this variable and push it to this IDs array. Then have the IDs array be inserted into order products list, okay? Then here's where we run the function. So the function is restructured JSON, which is this. So we pass in, it's waiting for specific data, which we provide over here. And the data is the order details from the step we got over here. So the order details are here, okay? So next we want to generate an Airtable formula to actually get the, because you don't want just to send back the order status, but we want also to give the pictures of the actual products that are in the order. So how we want to do that is the product IDs that have been extracted from this JavaScript step, we want to use them to make another API call to Airtable to get the product details that of the specific products that are in their order. And in that response, it will also include the images of those products. And as you saw in the demo, we send them back to the user. So send this here, and we want the AI again to generate the Airtable formula, just like what we did initially, okay? And I'll paste the prompt here. Here are the list of product IDs associated with a specific user order. You put in the order products list there. It's order product list. Okay. You are to come up with an Airtable formula to filter the database for just these records that match the above IDs. For example, the order product list is this 101, 102, 103. The Airtable formula that you give back is this. So this is how an Airtable formula looks like. Or where the ID is 101, or where the ID is 102, or where the ID is 103. And just return the Airtable formula and nothing else. Okay? So also we want to save the formula returned onto a variable. Let's call it order products formula. Okay? Create variable. Prompt settings. So we want to give the system a prompt of how it should behave. So I'll paste it here. You're an Airtable formula generator. You convert user queries into Airtable formulas. Just use the OR operator. It should work just fine by itself. For example, order product list is 101, 102, 103. Airtable formula is OR, all that. if order product list is 101, 102, Airtable formula will be that. If order product list is 101, the Airtable formula will just be that. Okay. So give it as many examples as you can. This makes it be more accurate. Okay. So that's okay. And also, as I told you, it's good practice to be naming your blocks. So let's call this, what do you call it? Generates. Okay, so once we have the Airtable formula, we want to make an API call to Airtable. So the get request is here. To get the URL, let's just go back to the documentation. We want to work with the fashion stock table. Okay. Then we want to retrieve specific records. So list records. Then we want to use this specific URL. So copy it. Go back to voice flow, paste it here. And we want to filter by formula. Okay. Then give that specific formula, which we have saved it in the order product formula. Okay. Then obviously every API call has to have authorization. Then bearer. Then you paste in your token here. Okay. Let's first capture the response from the user. Save it to a variable. So let's call the variable order products array. Okay. Then once that, we want just to print it out. Do a quick JavaScript step. Where it takes the order products array is equals to JSON.stringify the same variable order products array. Okay. Then from that should work. So we can just print it out. Brackets order products array. Select that. And then run the test again. So the point is you just want to see what it returns back. Okay. So my order number is 102. Kindly provide your order number 102. And you can see these are the details it gets back. Records, and the records is in this specific field. Okay. And this is the details that we want. ID of the order, the gender, master category, all those nice things. Okay. And the image, this is vital, the image. Okay. So all that. So since now we know what we're getting, so we want to save that those specific details. So response.records. So we can delete this. And just extract the response.records. Okay. So next we want a JavaScript step to now extract the details from the API response. So go to dev JavaScript. Okay. I'll paste in the code here. I know it looks long and tedious, but it's quite simple, matter of fact. So first of all, we want to extract to know how many products they have in their order. So first, let's create this variable called order products count. Copy it. Go to variables. New variable. Paste that. Create variable. Okay. Let's go back to our workflow. And there are several more variables that we need to create here. Okay, the point of this code is to extract two things: the name of the product and the image of the product. Okay, so if they have only one product in their order, we want to extract the name and save it in order product one name, extract the image and save it in order product one image. If they have two items in their order, we want to extract the first order name, first product, save it to the first variable, the image, save it there, then also the name of the second product, save it there, and the image of the second product, save it there, and so on and so forth. Okay, as you continue going, you see if the order products count is 7, so they have 7 items in their order, save all those details, the name and the image, okay, which will send back to the user. Okay, there's a better way to do this using the action step, which is over here, but this is just a basic beginner tutorial, so I don't want to go to the complex stuff. So what we want to do is create all these variables, and also how we extract that is from the order products array that was sent back. Just go to the first field there, then the field, then get the product name. Okay, same thing for the fields, get the image. Okay, for the next product, get the second product in the order products array, which is in index 1, then the field product name. Next, get the image. Okay, think it makes sense. So let's create these variables. Okay, so let's copy that order product one name, go back to variables. So let's go back to variables, create new variable, paste that there, order product one name, create variable. Then let's do that for all the products until the 15th product. So order product 2, so for now we'll just reach the 7th product, because in this tutorial we don't have an order where they have 15 products in their order. So we'll reach the 7th product. Then let's create the variables for the images. So go back to the workflow, home, go back to the code, copy this, go back to variables, create a new variable, order product 1 img, create variable. Okay, let's do that till the 7th product. Yeah, so that's it, and you can see them here, all those variables we have created. Okay, so let's go back to the workflow. Okay, so now that we have extracted the relevant details, we want the AI to generate a human-like response to inform the user on their order status. Okay, so let's do a set AI step. Okay, and let's name this block generates human-like response on order status. Okay, that's okay. Enter the step. So give it a prompt. I'll paste in the prompt here. So here's the customer's name, order customer name. Here's the order status. Order status is there. Here the different order statuses, and here are the different order statuses and their meanings. Fulfilled means the order has been processed and is ready, awaiting to be dispatched. Shipped means that order has been processed and has been dispatched on the way to the customer's location, and so on and so forth. Give the user a response on the status of their order. For example, John, Your order for the above items has been shipped and is on the way to your location. Kindly await its arrival. Thank you. Okay? Then we want to save the response the AI generates onto a variable. Let's call it order status response. Order status response. Create the variable. Click prompt settings. Give it a system prompt of how the AI should behave. So this is a short one. You're a helpful support staff whose role is to kindly inform the user of the status of their order. Above this will be the images of their order items. So keep that in mind, okay? So that's it. Let's reposition things properly. So now that we have everything in check, what we want to do is check if they have one item in their order, we take them through a certain path. If they have two items in their order, take them through another path, okay? If they have three items, take them through another path. And I think it will make sense once I show you how it works. So since, as you saw in the example, in the demo, if they have, let's say, two items in the order, the AI will extract the information from a table of their order status, get back the details of their order, including the order images, the product images, then sends back, let's say, two of those images. Then below that is the response, something like Mutiso Mwadhime, your order for the above items has been dispatched and is on the way to your location. Kindly await its arrival. Okay, so we want to do an if statement, okay? So the name of this condition, let's say it's if there's one product, okay? One product in there, in the order. Other condition, variable. If order products count, okay? Where is it? Is 1. Enter. Add another condition. Condition 2. Add a condition for the variable. Order products count. No. What is wrong? If it's 2, enter. Add another condition. 3. Then we do it till the 7th order product. And the 7th one, add a condition with the variable order products count is 7. Enter. Okay. And now we have all that in place. So if they have one product, we want to display something, okay? So a card, so talk step, then go to card, click link, then insert the image of that specific product which has been saved in the order product 1 img, okay? The card title, which is the title of that product, is order product 1 name. That's it. Okay. Then we insert a text there which will have the order status response. Task response. That was generated by the AI. Okay. Do that for the rest of them. So for the second one, talk. Then in this case, we don't want to add a card, we want to add a carousel, okay? A carousel is like the same as the cards, but now in a horizontal view. So they can scroll horizontally to see the products they have in their order. So since we're not uploading from our device, click link. Then the first is order product 1 img. Where is it? Here. The name is order product 1 name. Yeah, then we add another card for the second product. First, scroll up, link, then order product 2 image, then the name of the image, order product 2 name there. Yeah, then let's position it well. Then a text message of the actual order status response. Okay. So let's test it out from here. Where it is asking us to provide the order number. Could you provide your order number? My order number is 102. Enter. Let it do its thing. It's extracting from the database. It's made an API call, gotten back the details, sent them back. Okay, and here it is. So this, it's this screen. That's the issue with VoiceFlow over here. The screen is small, but you can see it provides this, and you can see it there. Okay, items. Then it says, Mutiso Mwadhime, your order for the above items has been shipped and is on the way to your location. Kindly await its arrival. Thank you. So that's successful. But just for you to see it in a larger screen, let's click share prototype. Then down here, there's normally a link for opening link in a new tab. But I think VoiceFlow makes it hard to read it over here, but it's down here. So scroll down, open link in new tab. Then, or rather my screen is a bit small for that. Okay. So let that load up and let's test it out. Start conversation. Greetings, I'm Zawadi and I'm capable of providing outfit recommendations and order tracking assistance. How can I be of service to you today? So let's say I'd ordered some items. Where are they? Kindly provide your order number, order 102. So you can see there, these are the items we have in the order. Mutiso Mwadhime, your order has been shipped and is on the way to your location. So that works. Now you can be able to do this for the rest of the steps over here. So if they have 3 products in their order, if they have 4 products in their order, you do the same thing for all of them. Okay? But just to show you, let's do for the third one. It's a talk step, which is a carousel. The first card, first of all, we need to give it as a link. Put in the image, which is order product 1. We're not starting with order product 3. We need to display all the 3 products. So image, then order product 1 name. Add another card, scroll up a bit, make it a link, because we're getting the image from a link, not uploading from our device. Order product 2 img, then order products 2 name. Okay, add another card, scroll up, make it a link, order product 3 img, Then the name is order product 3 name. Click that. Yeah, then exit there. Then add a text message with the actual order status response that the AI generated. And notice that our variables follow a specific format of, it's called camel case, okay? Where the first letter is small and any other word from there is capital. It's a standard way of naming your variables in languages like JavaScript. So it's advisable to follow a specific format of naming your variables, okay? So yeah, once they have been displayed for the order status details and the order product images, we want to ask them if they have any other question, okay? So a text message saying, is there anything else I can help you with? Okay, we can generate 3 variations for that. Can I assist you with anything else? Do you need help with anything else? Is there something else I can help you with? Control enter, because I'm okay with that. Then we put some buttons. So listen, some buttons for either yes or no. So yes, name that as yes. Then add another button for no, okay? And that's it. So click out. So if yes, you tell them, sure thing, ask away. Sure thing, go ahead. Go ahead. Sure thing, go ahead. Can generate 3 variations for that. Of course, go ahead, absolutely go for it, no problem, feel free. Control enter, I think I'm okay with that. Then whatever they say, we want to take them through the intent classifier, okay? So go to actions, go to specific block, and the name of the block, we named it as intent classifier. And now here is where you start seeing the reason why I'm saying that it's good practice to be naming your blocks, because there are specific times in your workflow you don't want to drag, like, because the other option is I drag this over here. I mean, let me just remove that. I drag this all the way trying to go to the intent classifier. It's so messy, okay? So you'll need to just go to actions to go to a specific block. And if you hadn't named that specific block, the block will have a name, something like new block 1, new block 2, new block 5. You don't know what that specific block was doing. So that's it. If you had named it, I know I just need to click intent classifier. So it's good practice for you to do that, okay? So if they don't need anything else, we can just end the conversation. So actions, end. And yeah, that's it. So now we have finished on the order tracking functionality, and we can go right into the product recommendation functionality. So we want to just finish connecting these blocks. So if it's 2 or 3 products in their order, so ensure once this has been sent back to the user, we ask them, is there anything else I can help you with? Yes or no? And so on and so forth. So next we go into building the product recommendation aspect of the chatbot, okay? So for that, once the AI greets them, hi, I'm Zawadi, I can assist you finding the perfect outfit, even help you track your order and so on. So if they say, I'm looking for some blue jeans, the intent classifier will determine that the intent there is product recommendation. They want to be recommended for a product. So first, we want to save their inquiry into a variable that we'll use in the following parts of the flow. So for that, let's just drag this here. Actions, set variable, and the variable we are setting is called, recom utterance. This is the user's last message. Okay. So once that's in place, we want to check in their inquiry, have they mentioned the gender that they want their clothes in? So if they've said something like, I'm looking for some men's blue jeans, means the gender there is men. If they've said, I'm looking for some blue jeans for my boy, the gender there is boys. Okay. So, and we have 4 genders we support in our stock inventory. That's either men, women, boys, or girls. Okay. So to determine that, we'll use an AI step, a set AI step, and you'll be using set AI step a lot. It's quite powerful. So I'll paste in the prompt here. So paste in the prompt. Here's the user's query. Recom question. You're to determine whether they've stated the gender of the clothes they are looking for. We support the following genders: men, women, boys, girls, or unisex. You're to return the gender and the gender only. For example, men or women. If they've not stated the gender, return the word none. Then we want to apply whatever the AI determines onto a variable. Okay. And the variable I've already created it is called isGender, but on your side, go ahead and ensure you've created that variable isGender. And yeah, that's it. So we move on to the next step, which is to check what the AI actually returned. So we'll use an if statement, if condition, add a condition here for the variable isGender. Now we want to check if isGender is for colon, put in some buttons there. So is it for man, woman, boy? I can actually type boy or a girl. Okay. So if that's the case, okay, place it properly. If it's a man, we want to do something. We want to save that information into the gender variable. So action, set variable. And the variable I've already created it is called gender. So you'll go ahead and create this variable, gender. Then the value is men. Okay. Notice I've said men and not man. Because if we go to our Airtable database, which is here, and we go to gender of the clothes, we have the following. It's either men, women, boys, girls, or unisex. So you want to put the word as it is in the Airtable database. Okay. So if it's men, put men. If it's men with a small letter M, put men with a small letter M. That is critical. Okay. So control enter. Get out. How comes it's not saved it? Set gender. Let's remove this one. Set gender to men. That's men. Colon. Control enter. That should work. Then if it's a woman, set the variable gender to women. Control enter. If it's a boy, do the same thing and set the variable gender to boys. Okay, close it. If it's a girl, do the same thing. Okay, gender girls. Okay, so now that's in place. Move on to the next step, which is actually generating the Airtable formula that will be used to call this database to return items that meet the user's requirements. Okay, so for that we'll use a set AI step once again. Set AI. So let me paste in the prompt here. Convert the following query into an Airtable formula. Recom question. So that's the user's inquiry, something like I'm looking for some blue jeans, and this is the agenda. If there's no valid query, reply no valid query. So for now we don't need this, so let's just remove it for now. Then whatever the AI produces as the Airtable formula, we want to save it to a variable. The variable is Airtable formula. So you'll go ahead and create this variable. Ensure you create that. Okay. Then the system prompt, one of the most important aspects, I'll paste it in. You're an Airtable formula generator. You convert user queries into Airtable formulas. If there are multiple queries, use the AND operator to encapsulate it all in one formula instead of creating many. Okay. Constraints are the following. You are only to map valid fields into an Airtable formula. The list of valid case-sensitive fields and their data types are as follows. So gender, single select, master category, single select, and you get this from Airtable. Let me just show you. You go to your Airtable here, you'll see each column and their specific data type. So for that, we'll just click that edit field, and you'll see that the data type is single select. And Airtable has several data types. So it can be single select, multiple select, a date field, a phone number, an email. It can be a single line text, it can be a long text, all that. So you want to state the data type as is. Okay. So we do that for all of the columns you have. Then critical, your responses are always valid responses. Okay. This is just some cautioning. When you play around with the AI, you'll realize sometimes it gets something wrong, sometimes it gets something not as you expect it. So you caution it. Okay. You caution it on how to behave. These are the genders we support: men, women, girls, boys, or unisex. These are the master categories we provide. So just put all this in based on what is in Airtable. So let me just show you that. You go to Airtable, on the gender column, you'll notice these are the ones we support: men, women, boys, girls, or unisex. Anything outside this would be considered invalid. If it's a the master category, we have apparel, accessories, footwear, personal care, all those good stuff. So do that for all the fields. Then we go back. Okay. Do that. These are the subcategories we support. These are the article types we provide. All that. These are the base colors we provide our clothes in. These are the brands we sell our items in. All that. Our items are for the following usage. All that. So if they ask something that we don't have, just assign them an item close enough to what they are looking for. For example, if they ask for a gray bag, just assign black as a color, since black is a close color to gray. Or if they ask for a white t-shirt, but what's there is a white shirt, recommend the white shirt. Or if they ask for black flip-flops, but we have black sandals, recommend the sandals. You need to contextualize what they want and provide a relevant and accurate Airtable query. It's also critical to also include in the formula condition to ensure each recommended product has an image. That is critical. And to only source for items whose brand is Home254. So in this case, in our database, we have like 2 brands in this database. So we only want to source for products for Home254. Okay. So it's also critical. Airtable is case sensitive, and the values in the table are camel case, meaning the first letter of a word is capital, the following are small. Okay. If the user types in blue instead of blue, in the formula have it as blue. Okay. Also critical, if a certain property, for example jacket, falls under article type, don't place it under subcategory. Ensure to map the properties to the right columns as instructed above. If they ask for a woman's clothing, but what's available is a unisex cloth, show them that. Same case for man's clothing. You are only to answer with the Airtable query, for example, and here's where we start giving them giving the AI examples. Okay. It's called multi-shot prompting, and it's good practice to give as many examples as you can. So input, this is what the user asks. Do you sell any white t-shirts? Assistant, which is the AI, will return the exact formula, and where the base color is white, where the article type is t-shirts, where the image is not none, so where the image field is not blank, and where the brand is Home254. So do the same thing. Do you have any sandals? So the assistant returns a formula, article type, sandals, image is that, brand is that. We can do a preview. Okay. So let's say the recommendation question is, I'm looking for some nice blue jeans. The gender, let's say men. generate. Let's see what the AI comes up with. So you see, and base color is blue, article type is jeans, the image field is not blank, the brand is home 254, and where the gender is either men or unisex. Okay, so now that's in place. Let's move on. So once the AI comes up with the Airtable formula, we want to make an API call to the database to fetch relevant products, and for that we'll go to dev API. So this will be a GET request. We are calling the Airtable database. For that, let's go to our Airtable database. Click on your profile, Developer Hub. Airtable is really nice because they have really proper documentation. So it's easy to work with them. We already created our access token. So let's go to Developer Docs. In that, we want to access the web API. Okay. API docs. So now select the database you want to access. For mine is that. Then the specific table you want to access, which is fashion stock table. Then we want to list some records. So click on list records. Then we use this specific URL. So copy this specific URL. Control C. Go back to voice flow. Paste it in there. Then we want to add a condition that we want to send the API call with the Airtable formula we've generated. So, and filter by formula equals to the Airtable formula we had generated. So where is it? Airtable formula. So now that's in place. Okay, let's make the maximum records it can return to 4. Okay, now in the headers of the API call, you need to authorize that you have access to accessing the API. So for that we use our access token. So bearer, then here you paste in your access token. I already have mine, so I'll paste it in. Now that that's in place, so now that is in place, so we want to capture the response. This will be response.records. So once it sends back a JSON response, and the details, the actual stuff we want to use is in the records field in that JSON response. So we'll capture that and save that into a variable, and the variable is called recom product. So you'll go ahead and create that if you don't have. So you'll click create new variable, then recom product. But I already have it, so recom product. It's meant to be a JavaScript step to restructure. So JavaScript to restructure the JSON that's been sent back by the API call. So I'll paste it in here. Okay. And as I mentioned here, so we want to obtain the details in the fields keyword and save it to a variable called product. Okay. Then we create an empty object and call it summary. Okay, so this is what we'll use to structure things properly. So now in this part is we check if the product name is not empty, so it actually has a product name. Save that product name to the summary.name object. Okay, so it will look something like this. Here's the JSON for this summary object. So it's a name, then the name will be this, whatever is in this value, comma, then the next one is for the image. If there's an image, have it there. The image is just a URL to the image, so put it there. And the same thing for the price, have it that way. So this is the JSON that will be generated after we run this section of the code. Okay, so let me just remove that. So you can see the same thing for the image. So if there's an image, ensure summary.image has the following details. Otherwise, return null. So if the image field is empty, then return the word null. Okay. So summaries.push is we push whatever objects that we have generated into this summaries array. Okay. Then we return that. Okay. So the function ends by returning that specific array. Okay. Then formatted recom products, this is a variable you need to create. So I've already created it. So on your side, ensure you create this. Then we'll say formatted recom products is equals to whatever is returned once we run this function, passing in this specific data from the initial step, which is recom products. Okay. Now that we have the details and it's been structured properly, we want to obtain the exact price, name, and image of each product that has been returned from the API call, so that we can be able to display it back to the user. So for that, we'll use another JavaScript step. Okay. JavaScript, and also you don't need to know all this code and stuff. You'll find it in the I've provided it in the description of this video. Okay. You'll find it, in the template that I'll provide. Okay. So as you can see here, so there's price print. This is all these variables, ensure you create them. I've already gone ahead and created all these variables: price print, name print, image print. This is for the first product that has been returned from the API call. Then price print 2, name print 2, image print 2. This for the second product, then this for the third product, then this for the fourth product, then this variable that counts the number of products that have been returned from the API call. Okay. So formatted recom products, we want to access the first product, which is at index 0, and we want to access the specific field called price. Same thing for the name, same thing for the image. Okay. Then for the second product, we want to access the product that is in index 1, which is simply the second product, then the price, and so on and so forth. Okay. So now that that's in place, ensure you create all these variables: price print, name print, image print, price print 2, name print 2, image print 2, price print 3, name print 3, image print 3. You can simply just copy and paste it when you're creating the variables. And if you've forgotten how to do that, let me just show you. You go here, click back, click on the variables tab, then new variable. Okay. So here you'll create, let's say, the variable name print, then click create variable. But since it already exists, it won't work. So I go back to my workflow. Okay. Edit workflow. So first things first is we want to check if actually there are products that were returned from the API call. So for that, we use an if statement. If condition. So add a condition for the specific variable name print. So this is the name of the first product. So if the name of the first product is empty, means there were no products that were returned. Therefore, so if name print is 0, as I had mentioned earlier, every variable you create, if it doesn't have a value yet, it's initialized to 0. Okay, so enter. Else, so no match, add a path for that. Then we continue. So if there are no products returned, we just tell the user, sorry, I couldn't find items that meet your request. Okay. So then we ask them, is there anything else I can help you with? So put in some buttons there. So if yes, do something. If no, do something else. Okay. So put this properly. So if yes, let's just tell them, sure thing, go ahead. Then we take them to the intent classifier. Go to block. The name of the block is intent classifier. Okay. Now that's in place. If no, just end the conversation. Actions, end. So, but if actually there are products recommended, so it will go to the else path. So if there are products recommended, we want to go and follow different paths depending on the number of products returned. So for that, we'll use an if statement. Okay. So if the condition, so let's give the conditional label 1. Doesn't matter whatever you put in here. So I'll put 1. So if the product count, where's product count? Here, which if you if product count is 1, do something. So enter. And if you remember, product count is in this JavaScript step over here. So product count is the length of the recommended products array. Okay. So if product count is 1, do something. Let's add another condition. Label it 2. Then if product count is 2, enter. 3. Okay, and we are saying 4 because we have set a limit when the API call is being sent to only send a maximum of 4 records. Okay, so now that's in place. We want the AI to generate a response to send back to the user, because now we have the products and the details, and we want the AI to come up with the actual statement. So if you remember in the demo, it was sending back the products that have been recommended. Then it says a statement like, we found the following items, hope this meet your requirements. So we want to come up with that specific statement. Okay, so for that we'll use a set AI step. Okay, so in the prompt I'll paste it in. So here's what the customer requested for. We put in the initial variable that we started with for the customer's inquiry. Then here's the product recommended. Here's the product recommended. So the name of the first product. Okay, if the product recommended is not what they were looking for, please tell them that we don't have what they were looking for, but we found this as a close alternative. But if you found what they are looking for, say that you hope this is what they are looking for. It's critical if the product recommended is relatively similar to what the user asked for. Don't tell them we don't have what they are looking for. Just say that you hope it's what they are looking for. So this is some cautioning. I realized it was messing it up when I was testing it out, so I'm cautioning it there. Next is critical. Do not list any of the recommended products, because they'll be listed above this message. Okay, so if I was noticing when it was sending back the response, it would also include the list of the products, when in actuality the list of the products with the respective images, the price and all that is already above this specific message. Okay, so that's it. So we want to save it to a variable called recom question. I already created that, but on your side ensure you create that. Prompt settings, I'll paste in the system prompt. So your job is to help the customer understand the product they've been recommended. Your answers need to be short and concise, maximum of 1 to 2 sentences. Above this message will be the actual recommended products listed, so you don't need to ask them if they want to see them. Also, don't ask them any question. Also, don't list the actual products. It's already been listed above. Remember not to list any of the recommended products. You see, I'm repeating myself so many times, because when I was testing it out, it was messing it up again and again. So it's also good practice, if you see it's messing it up, emphasize it again and again to ensure it takes that into consideration. Also, another tip is when you write your prompt, and if the prompt is long like the ones we've been writing initially, the AI puts much emphasis in the beginning of the prompt and the end of the prompt. So if you have some really critical details that you want the AI to get right, ensure you have it at the beginning or at the end. Sometimes you'll have some details when you have a really long prompt, the AI doesn't consider those details. It's called lost in the middle. Okay, it's an error that's called lost in the middle, where details that are in the middle of the prompt, the AI doesn't really consider. Okay, so let's do the same for the second step here. It's a set AI step. Let me paste in the prompt. The prompt is just like the initial one, just that we add the second product. So here's the first product recommended, and here's the second product recommended. So all that is the same. So then we save it to a variable called recomText2. Okay. The prompt settings is the same as the initial one. Paste it in there. So it's similar to the other one. Okay. Then for the third step, set AI. Let me paste in the prompt, which as mentioned is just like the initial one, just that we add the third product. Here's the third product recommended. Okay. So then save it to the variable recomText3. Then the prompt settings is just like the initial one. Yeah. Then move on to the final one, the fourth step. Set AI. So paste it in there, which is just adding the fourth product. Okay. Then save whatever the AI comes up with there. Then it's called recomText4. Okay. Prompt settings, paste in the system prompt, paste it in there, then we move on. Now that we have all the details we need, we can now display them to the user. So for the first, if there's only one product that has been returned, let's drag this here, talk. We want to display a card. Okay. Then since the image of the product is not being uploaded from our desktop, it's a link, click link. Then it's called image print, the first image print. Okay. And also don't worry if it says no variables found here. As long as you know you created it, it will work. Okay, that's for sure. Then the name, the title is the name print, the first name print. Then in the description will be the price. Then we put in price print. Okay. Then we add some buttons. Okay. Want to visit the product. Go back. Add another button for purchasing. Okay. Now that that's in place, it's only one product. So next, below that, you put a text with the recomText that we've generated from the initial step. Text there. Then a button for if they want to be taken back to the beginning of the chatbot flow. So take me back. Okay. So if they don't click on this button, means they've actually just typed something into the chat. We want a no match step. So add a path for that. Then get out. So if it's take me back, we want to take them to the beginning of the flow, which I think we called it introduction. Introduction. There. Okay. Then if there's no match, means they've just typed in something. So let's say they had asked in the beginning, I'm looking for some blue jeans. Then the AI got, let's say, 4 jeans. It sent them back to the user. Then the user had an option to click take me back. But instead of doing that, they decided to type in something else, something like, and what about some navy blue shirts? Okay. So if they typed in something, it will go to this no match step. Okay. So in this no match step, we could either take it to the intent classifier for it to determine the intention in the user's query, then send them through the relevant pathways. But there's an issue with that, okay? So I could decide to go to actions, then go to block, okay? Then select block and go to the intent classifier, which is here. But this won't work. Why? So in voice flow, how it works for the intent classifier, which is simply the choice, what is it? This choice step, for it to work, it has to be there already sitting, waiting for the user to send in their response. For now, for this intent classifier to determine the intent in the user's query. But if the user has already sent in the message, which is the case here, is when now you're forwarding the flow towards the intent classifier, it won't work. Okay? And this is something you learn the hard way after trying time and time again. So, and it's a reason why, let me just show you when we are beginning the step, when we are beginning the flow, here, you say, hi, I'm Zawadi, then we send it directly to the intent classifier and sit there waiting. The intent classifier is there sitting waiting for the user now to send in the response. That will work. Okay? So since in this case we can't forward it to the intent classifier, we just have to use the set AI step for the AI to determine the intent in the user's query. So for that, I'll delete that also. Then we use a set AI step. Okay. I'll paste in the prompt, paste it in there. So here's the user's last query, last utterance. Determine whether they are asking for another recommendation. If yes, then return the word recom. Determine whether they want to track their order. If yes, then return the word track. Otherwise, return the word none. Okay? I think that's simple. So apply to the variable is intent. I already have this created, but in your case, ensure you create it. Is intent. Okay, then move on. So if we need to use an if statement, drag it into that. So if the variable is intent is recom, enter, do something, then we add another condition. If is intent is track, do something. Otherwise, add a no match, add a path for if there is no match, then exit that. So if is intent is recom, we want to save the user's last utterance to the variable we created at the beginning called recom question. Okay, so go to actions, set variable, the variable recom question, there, set it to the user's last utterance, there. With that in place, we forward it to the block where it checks whether the gender has been stated. Okay, so go to block, check if gender entered. Okay, but others, if the intent is to track their order, we want to forward it to the block where we called it check if order, if stated order number. Okay, otherwise we just tell them a text, is there anything else I can help you with? So yes, another button for no. Okay, so if yes, we've gone through this flow a lot, so but just bear with me. Sure thing, go ahead. Then buttons. No, not a button, sorry. Just delete that. Show thing go ahead. Then we forward them to the intent classifier to determine the intent in the statement. Okay. Otherwise, if they say no, just end the flow. Now that being said, let's complete these other flows. If there is 2 products recommended, if there's 3 products recommended, you see, if there's 4 products recommended. So if it's 2 products, we can either use the card step, which will be just like the demo was. It sends the products vertically. So the first product, then the second product, then the third product. But just had a time to contemplate, it's better off to use the carousel because it's a better user experience. They can just scroll horizontally to see the products provided. Okay, so the first card, make it a link. Okay, so it's called image print, the first image print. The title is the name print. The description is price, then the price print. Then we add the buttons. Okay, then we add the next card for the next product, make it a link. This will be image print 2. Okay, then name print 2, then the price, which will be price print 2. Buttons, add a button. First one is to visit the product. Click on it again, scroll to the bottom, add the next button, which is purchase the product. Okay, so those 2 products are now in place. We want to add the recom who is it, text. Just insert it here, there, and that will be recom text 2. Then a button to take me back. Take me back. Then if there's no match, which means they actually just made a statement or sent a response, do something else. So if it's take me back, take them to the introduction. Otherwise, do something else. For that, you can just copy whatever you did for the first product flow. Copy that. Then come in here, right click and paste. Then we can just shift select that to position things properly. Then connect this there. Okay, then do the same thing for the third and the fourth, if there are 3 or 4 products. So for that, just to save our time, I'll just do shift, copy all that, paste it here. Let's just shift, then drag to select all that, reposition things properly. Then we want to add for the third card, for the third product, link. That will be image print 3, name print 3. Then the price will be price print 3. The buttons, visit product or purchase. So click on it again, scroll till the bottom, add the final button, purchase. Yeah, with that in place, ensure this is recom text 3. And yeah, exit. Okay, so connect the flow. Okay, do the same thing for the final flow. Copy all that, zoom in and have it here. Right click, paste, shift drag to select all that, position it well, then zoom in to add the final card for the fourth product. Link, the name of the file is image print 4. Name print 4, and the price is price print 4. Add the buttons. Okay, go back. Now that that's in place, ensure this recom text is recom text 4. recom text 4. Where is it? Looking for you. There. Okay, and yeah, that is it. So let's connect. Let me zoom in here. I think it's better off if we move this block down here. Same case to this, that way. Just space them out a bit. Then ensure we drag this. No, not there. Delete. Connect it to the block itself. There. Okay, that's in place. And now that's it. Now let's test out the flow. So click R to run the test from the beginning. Greetings, I'm Zawadi. How may I assist you in finding the perfect outfit and tracking your order today? So let's say I'm looking for some nice blue jeans. So you can see there, I know voice flow makes this window very small, but for that I think it's better off if we try it out. So click share prototype. Down here there's a link for opening the link in a new tab. In your case you'll see it, but mine, the screen is a bit compressed, so do that. So let it load up. So start conversation. Hello, my name is Zawadi. I'm here to help you find the perfect outfit or track your order. So let's say it again. I'm looking for some nice blue jeans. Is it for a man? Of course. So you can see there the items it returns. Okay. So some nice blue jeans. Can see myself wearing that. So let's say, what about some navy blue shorts. Is it for a man? Yes. So you see there it's working. But you see, it shouldn't be repeating itself, asking us if it's for a man, because we have already mentioned it up here. So for that, let's go back to our flow. Exit there. So for that, we'll go to the block where it's checking for the gender. And ensure before it checks for the gender, it needs to confirm that the gender variable is not empty, or it's empty, okay? So where is it? Here. So check if gender entered. So for that, let's remove this AI step. Okay, you can't do that, so what we do, bring it up here. So for that, we use an if statement. Where's the logic here? If statement. Place it there. Then remove this. Okay. I want to remove it completely. There. Okay. So in this if statement, we want to check if the gender variable here is 0. Okay. If 0, that means it's empty. If it's empty, do something. Otherwise, add a no match step. Add a path for that. Then we move on. Okay. So place the block properly. So if the gender variable is 0, means it's empty, you can move on to the next step, where it's able to check for the gender. It finds it to be none, then flows it to the next step. Okay. But if the gender was found, if the gender is already saved, just move on directly to the Airtable formula generator. And for that, let's just name this Airtable formula generator. Okay. It's good practice to be naming your blocks. So now that's in place. Let's click run. Share prototype. Open link in new tab. Okay. Let's close the initial one. Now let's try it out. So start conversation. Hey there. So let's say I'm looking nice blue jeans. Is it for man? Yes. Returns those nice ones. Okay. Can see them there. Can actually see myself wearing that. Let's say, what about some nice navy blue shirts? Okay. So yeah, that's working. Can see that there. With the relative prices and all that, and buttons to visit the product or purchase. So hope this navy blue shirts are what you're looking for. So you can continue. So you can say, let's say, recommend some nice official shoes to seal it off. Let's say. Okay. So you can see it gets some nice official shoes there. And you can continue talking to it. Let's say I want to track my order. So I had ordered some items. Where have they reached? Okay. Wait, why is it saying that? Sure thing, go ahead. I want to track my order. Track my order. Okay. Provide your order number 102. So it's now skimming through the database to see order 102, finds the products that have been ordered, returns them. Then it says Mutiso Madime, that's the name of the customer, which is me. Your order for the above items has been shipped and is on the way to your location. Kindly await its arrival. Thank you. Is there something else I can help you with? I'm okay, so I'll say no. And yeah, that's it. So that's how you were able to build an AI chatbot for a fashion brand. If this is something you're looking for, you want to be built for your own fashion business, there'll be a link in the description. You can visit our website and book in a meeting with our team. Anyways, till next time, stay survey. Peace.